Hello everyone, my name is Mayalkar, and welcome to a new playthrough on Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. This is the first episode, I didn't start yet, obviously. I will be playing this game now for a while. This will be the next videos that you will see coming on regularly. And I'm gonna make a new game. So, before I start, format is going to be a thing that is a bit difficult to say because I'll be trying to think things through, to do a lot of organization. I'll be reading the dialogues, and missions may be a bit long, the later missions. So, format of the episode will be between 30 minutes to an hour, if I can. There will be at least one mission per episode, maybe more, depending on how fast they go. And if they are very long, you might have a longer episode. That being said, I will hit new game, and we have a few choices to make now. It's a Fire Emblem-like. Like Fire Emblems, you have the choice between like most of the recent Fire Emblems, you have the choice between two different styles. Either when your unit dies, it is not available for the rest of the mission and you get it back after, or when the unit dies, it dies permanently. I don't know in this game, so this game is a little bit special. It works with squads, and I don't know how it is affected by that. Is it if all of the squad dies, you lose everything if you choose permadeath, or is every single unit treated independently? Now, I've already started this game. I did not finish it yet, but I've already played a relatively nice amount of it, up to having spoiled myself a few of the punches, and I did want to have a challenge, so I was thinking about going on with permadeath. Now, the other thing related to that, if I go for that challenge, the thing is, I want to be able to finish the game. On my casual playthrough, I went on the captain level with no permadeath. And this game is brutal. This game has moments where it will just show up and kill your entire squad and be like, there was nothing you could do to avoid it, I just decided you die. And sometimes with important characters in them, and I kind of don't want that. And at the same time, I'll have to think about spreading my experience through the different units, the leadership points, trying to have my units gain leadership to have more troops in their squad, more units in their squads. And there isn't a whole lot of that. I ended up with a lot of squads that were not really up to the level because there's no real way to just farm experience in this game. Which contributed to being one shot, and sometimes it feels like you have to sacrifice some squads as well. So yeah, very interesting. And now what my debate was, do I go on captain or do I go on cadet? If I go on cadet, you see, all player units take 50% less damage from all sources. My thing is, it's kind of gonna make it too easy. It's supposed to be a challenge. So great if you just want to view the story, sure, but I kind of want the challenge. But then if I go for the challenge, and that units die, I might just not want to keep playing, so I kind of have to balance it. I'm still gonna go for the challenge on Captain, I'm still gonna try to do the best I can, but I decided to allow myself to... There's an option to undo a turn, so to go back to the beginning of a turn. I might use that option. There is an option for quick saves. I might also use that option if I feel like I'm sending a unit to its death. I'm gonna quick save. And I'm going to reload if I don't like the outcome. It is a challenge, but this game is already challenging enough. So I'm gonna get my tools. Tutorials, sure, so that I can read them for you. Permadeath? Yes! And we will begin after 5 minutes of chatting. There's still a few decisions to make, and I hope that chat will help me to make those decisions. But here we go. Start game. Ah, there you are, child of destiny. You've arrived at the very opportune time, you will find. Let me look into your heart. Who are you? Will your journey be marked by virtue, or will this land's people remember you as an adversary? Okay, I'm going to answer what I really believe. I'm not gonna try to, like, do some funny answers. What most leads to the downfall of great civilizations? Is it faithlessness, poverty, or intolerance? I'm hesitating between those two, but I think poverty more than intolerance. What is the most important trait a leader should have? The ability to bring people together, an unshakable love for the people, which more or less, nah, you don't necessarily love them even if you bring them together. The power to command respect and fear, unshakable love for the people, of course. What do you look for most? In a mate? Okay, those questions are randomized, by the way. There's a pool, and you have a certain amount of them, but it's not always the same. I didn't have that question in my, like, 2 other beginning of games. What do you look for in a mate? Beauty, wealth and prestige, or intellect? I mean, I don't want my mate to be ugly, let's be honest, but I think intellect is more important. Which personal flaw do you want to avoid most? Deceptive and exploitative, easily manipulated, or lack of willpower? I'm hesitating between those two, but I'm gonna go with easily manipulated. I don't want people to be able to manipulate me that easily. You were blessed with a child. If you could choose their fate, what would it be? Would they become a famous musician? A great general? War? I don't like war. Or a devout follower of the faith? Yeah, those are dumb, usually. So I'm gonna go for a famous musician. My child is gonna be Jaden! Alright. Which form suits you best? Are we a girl or a boy? And this is where I'm gonna ask chat to participate for the first time. Chat, are we a girl or a boy? I mean, the boy is kind of ugly, but... but it's up to you. Yes, apparently you're my son, because you're a musician, and I just said my son would be a famous musician. I know you're a music composer, not a musician, blah blah blah, but yes, I'm your daddy, that's... You say boy? Okay. I am curious to see what the boy gives, because I went for the girl in my playthrough. Devoa, no. And this is the second participation of chat. Name. Any idea? There is one name that I'm not going to give to the character, so if I see anyone say that name in chat, they know the game. You want us to be Pickles? You want us to be Pickles? Well, I don't see anyone complaining about your choice, so I guess we're Pickles. Not written like that. That's not how you write Pickles. Where's the K? There. Well, we are Pickles. Oh wait, no, you wrote Pickles with this. So we are Pickles! You're surprised that I'm going with it? Look, I said I would ask for chat to participate. We are Commander Pickles! So you have chosen Pickles? Yes, I have chosen Pickles. Pickles are good. Thank you. What an intriguing soul. Go, and I will see you here again when the time is right. Now I see that the sound from my microphone seems to be going a bit too high, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, because for some reason it keeps going in the red. Now that should be better. If I try to scream a little bit, like, no, not scream, but raise my voice, like Pickles, Yeah, okay. It seems to be nice. Maybe I reduced it a bit too much. Is that okay? If I say pickles, yes, it seems to be okay. It seems to oversaturate a little bit before. Yeah, so he's gonna see us later. Bye bye, guy whose name I'm not going to say, even if I know it. So this is gonna be brutal, this is gonna be hard, and fair warning, people, there is a chance that I do not finish the game. At least not on this difficulty and setting. There is a chance that I get blocked, and that I just go back on no permadeath, or on easy to just finish the game for YouTube. The parents of this child were a bit angry they had this baby to use an exclamation point in his name. They were not mad. They just are very excited by pickles. They like pickles. By the gods, the child survived. Oh, it's the no, it's the boy, the Donari priest. By the gods, the child survived. And the father perished, fighting for the nobles, just like most of the young in this town. The mother prepared names for this. This one shall be named Pickles. He is so beautiful. May he live to see a better world. "25 years later." Oh yeah, that's the last. On her death bed, they asked her what she wanted before she dies, and she answered that she wanted pickles. And I think they misunderstood and thought that she said that her son's name's Pickles. Anyway, the world of Tanra. In the 997th year of our age, 3 realms rule the land. The desert kingdom of Sayuna, whose wealth earned in the title Kingdom of Gold. The technologically advanced Free Republic of Sandraka, and the hegemonic empire of Veridia, the world's military and economic superpower, where our story begins. One generation ago, multiple bids for the Viridian imperial throne plunged the land into war. This is known as the War of Viridian Succession. The long and bloody war ended with the coronation of Empress Florina. However, it left deep scars in the people's hearts, as resentment against the excesses of the ruling class rose to the boiling point. Common people who had lost so much were forced to endure increasing hardships as the empire sought to rebuild. 25 years after the end of the Succession War, a man named Antares, I don't know, a battle-worn general, kidnapped the Empress and formed his own army in an act of open rebellion. I guess it's Antares. He now controls a territory in the forest known as the Eastwall District. Driven by what he believes to be undue hardships by the central government, Antares threatens to sack the imperial capital, if his demands are not met. Wow. Words, Maya, please. The ambitious Prime Minister Casimir has called the general's bluff and has decided to take military action. He orders a force sent to Antares' stronghold at Eastwall Fortress. 2 young and promising Imperial Army officers, Pickles and his Pickles and his longtime friend Zelos have prepared to meet General Antares in battle. Little could they know how much their adventure would change the course of history. Imperial Army Encampment, Eastwall Province. Let us raise a glass to my friend Pickles. Bet you all thought he wouldn't make it this far. Now ready to lead his first squad into battle, but I knew better. Not in the celebrating mood, Pickles. He seems so angry because of the exclamation point. Not in the celebrating mood, Pickles! I don't know. There's a lot on the line. The Empress's life is in our hands. I'm not worried. I doubt these guys can keep up with you. It helps having a one-man army in our midst. Yeah. The guy that I'm not going to use at all because you'll see later why. I'm just a man. We've got the gods on our side. I'm going to trust in my soldiers, not some idea. Don't tell me you believe in those fairy tales now. Don't underestimate the power of ideas. Look at how this empire is starting to forget the ideas that built it. With a proper leader, people would again feel a part of something. There would be no generals going rogue. We've come a long way since the academy, but now we face the real thing. Come, Pickles, let's brush up a bit. I love the pixel art of this game during the gameplay phases. It reminds me a lot of the Game Boy Fire Emblem games. But like this part here, I like the encampment, I like the nature and all that, but the characters, I don't know. I don't quite like it. Maybe it's because it looks a little bit too much like Stardew Valley, kinda. I don't know. Anyway, let's go and have a tutorial with Zelos. It is like a game of chess. You will command groups of soldiers, known as squads, so that's the main difference with the other Fire Emblem games. Our unit is not a single unit. It's a squad made of different units that will battle. And it is very cool, and there's a lot of crazy stuff you can do, and I love this system. And each squad will have a leader. And yes, so we are leader of a squad, and most of the main characters will be leaders as well. And we will be able to form some squads without main characters in them. We can pick like just anybody, well, kind of. They have to have the rank for it, but we can kind of take anybody to be a leader. And this is a thing I did not do in my first playthrough that I will try to do here, is to make sure I make as many squads as possible as early as I can, because geez, do you need them later. And making new squads that all start level 1, not good. You need to kind of level them up along the way. You appear as blue and the enemy team appear in red. Time to engage in combat. First, you must move your squad next to me. Select your squad, then select the tile next to my squad on the map. So that's very Fire Emblem. Select, move. Right, now it's time to attack. Choose the attack option, then target me. Careful, defenders will counterattack if they can. If they can. This isn't exactly fair. I'm one soldier with one sword. You're going to command a whole army someday. You must think of yourself as a leader, and your followers are your sword and shield. First things first, show me what you've got. So I will attack him. Oh, I didn't speak about the UI there. Yeah, he's doing a lot more damage than me. I'm doing 9, he's doing 43. He almost killed me. Which is kind of what the game wants. Not bad. Now let's raise the stakes. So this is going to be the squad that we have just for that training. We'll have a different squad in the missions. You're now leading a squad with a good balance of troop types. You've got heavily armored troops in front, or heavy infantry. Sorry. Always rely on heavy infantry to serve as the backbone of your army, not only to protect weaker allies, but to rush down and attack. So this is another thing that I will try to do differently in this playthrough. Something that I realized is, geez, putting shield guys in front of every single squad is busted. That is my statement, and I'm going to do it. Because, yeah, shield guys will protect the middle row from most attack, and, well, I mean, they can't really get to the back row without going through the first 2 rows. So, you kind of want the shield guys, because they're tanky, they have a lot of defense, and etc, etc. And then your archers can just shoot without being killed. Unless you fight assassins, but that's later. Anyway. Infantry, backbone of the army. So protect weaker allies, rush down to attack. Your squad also has 3 archers. These long-range troops are not as sturdy, but can attack from a distance, avoiding counterattack. Your turn is up for now. So you can attack from 2 tiles with archers, but they will only attack once. As to when you attack from 1 tile, you attack twice, but the enemy can retaliate. Access the menu and end turn to proceed. Yeah, not while being on a troop, because you see, I can see the status of my troop. So that's the squad on the top right. You also have the unit's stats on the left, and the squad's stats on the bottom right. I'm already waiting. I can also see his movement range as well as his attack range in red. But yeah, I have to just pick a random square, and I can end turn, I can look at my squads, I can organize my squads, not really, because I'm not in a real mission. I can highlight all of the enemy movements. It will put in red everywhere that the enemy can attack. I can access the tutorials, options, and system, which is where I have the quick save, the restart mission, and just under the restart mission we will have the redo turn option, which is great. So I'm going to end turn. After your turn is the allies' turn when you have some, and then after the allies it's the enemy's turn. He did not attack because it's a tutorial. Now you're ready. Attack me and try to take me down. Oh. So yeah, I have to click first. I can move. I can also click on me again to see attack status. I can just wait, or I can cancel, or press B to cancel. I'm going to attack. You see I have 2 squares because I have archers now. And I'm going to attack Zelos. So this UI, you see my squad, you see the enemy squad, the leader name, the threat level, which can indicate you if you're gonna get wrecked or if you're gonna be able to wreck the enemy. Like I have 5,000, he has 2,000. I should wreck him. Well, morale is something that will come into play later, but it is important to see the morale. So we see here it's good. You see the leader of the 2 squads on the top, and you just press A again to attack. And there you go. We are the winner. Nothing to it. There's a great deal more to learn, but for now, you should be able to lead our forces. Sorry, this voice is making me yawn. Our forces against Antares. As we progress, tutorials will pop up, and you'll be able to access them whenever you want. Aren't you a bit early, Scout? We saw Antares' men celebrating in the outlying villages. The rebels have begun raiding the locals. General, Antares has stooped to this. How far has he fallen since the Succession War? Send word to the capital. Maybe they can send us a real army? So much faith into me. You heard that, right? I did. Zelos, I know what you're thinking. How do you plan on explaining this to the higher-ups? Bah, don't worry about them. You, me, and just our troops. Once we take down this rebellion, we'll be celebrities. What say you? Okay, Zelos, I'm with you, but I'm calling the shots this time. Fine by me. I've got your back, Pickles. I won't be able to say his name without laughing now. Alright, we're into the Fire Emblem-y thing. Good. Looks like they haven't sent much out yet. You should take these guys out to get some battle experience. You can move your squad next to the enemy soldiers and attack. If you run into trouble, I'm right behind you. Take a break, Zelos. I've got this. Yeah, take a break of like 5 missions, please. Yeah, so Zelos is, you can see in the status, Zelos is level 8, and he's a Zweihander, which is a tier 3 unit, by the way. We're tier 1. So, thing is, he's a little bit OP. He already has 54 leadership. And he's not going to stay with us long. Just going to say that. So I'm not going to use him because I want to level up and give some leadership points to my units that I will actually be able to use. So I'm going to use Pickles. I'm going to go here. Pickles attack Peter. So you see we have 2 sword guys with us, and we also have a medic lady that will heal us against 2 archers. Ouch. And we're good. So this is what it is. We have squads, and squads are fighting, and this is cool. I love it. My turn is over. I'm going to end turn. Oh no, you still have squads that didn't move. Yeah, I know. I don't want him to move. I want him to stay right there the whole time. So the attackant attack first. The defender counterattack. And you see the medic only healed once. The medic only has 1 heal per combat. And when you're defending multiple times in a row, the efficiency of the medic will go down progressively, and the heals will be less good. When you're defending, when you're attacking, the heals will always be at max. We took some damage in that fighting, but we can heal it back by having support units, such as the medic in your squad. While they cannot attack, support units help greatly to keep soldier losses to a minimum. Yeah. Next, we need to capture that town so we can liberate it from the rebels. Move any squad to the town's front gate and seize it. You could see that there the other army is plotting. That's basically the game telling to each enemy squad individually, one by one, to not do anything. I can use heal. So when you have a medic and that you're going around, it's not because it's the town. I could go here and I still have the heal option. You can heal for the number of times that you have medics. So I have 1 medic, I can heal 1 time, 1 unit. Not the whole squad, just 1 unit in the squad. And I can only use the heal thing 3 times per battle. I'm gonna seize this. When you seize an objective, it gives different things. So you see it gave us experience point, and faction points. And you also probably saw some white popping on my character that said leadership up. So my leader got a leadership point from doing this. And leadership points are what determines how many units you can have in your squad, so I want to have more. Good. We liberated the town and got some golden faction experience stars for our trouble. We'll need gold for a lot of things, recruiting new troops, hiring mercenaries, buying artifacts, among others. Faction experience allows us to increase faction rank. As a faction rank increases, our reputation will improve among the people. This will yield better shop prices, discover new technologies, and attract new recruits, as well as intimidate our enemies. The squad who captures objectives gets leadership and loyalty experience as well. Loyalty, I believe, will decrease the cost of the unit in your squad. The Imperial army has arrived already, much sooner than I expected. Wolfgar, I'm trusting you to lead our troops here. If you hold the river fortress, we should be safe. I'll make them regret coming here. Don't worry, General. Hello, hello. Looks like we made it just in time. Are you ready for this, Sybil? Are you kidding me, Jules? I've been waiting ages for a chance to prove my mettle. Come and get it, rebel scum. Your squad has tougher soldiers, so you should stay in front. Mine will provide long-range archer attacks from a safe distance. So we get an archer squad. See that hill? That high ground, very useful, especially for archers like me. Move me onto the hill so I can shoot further than normal. So archers have a two tiles range, but whenever you're on a hill or a wall, which we'll see later, you have 3. It's like +1 range basically, and also other advantages. Over here to the east, I think that's Jules, a fellow Imperial Academy cadet of mine. We should meet up with them and join all our forces together. When characters have a little bubble with an exclamation mark, it means that they want to talk with Pickles. We need to get Pickles beside them to have the conversation happen. So first, I will attack with Jules. I will attack Robertus. And because they have just 2 range and I have 3, look at that, they don't retaliate. I could only attack once, because if you're not at melee, it's only once. And then Sybil. Sybil, you will attack. Sybil has Lancers, which are good anti-cavalry. You can see the morale went down. Their morale is only fair. Nothing I can do with it now. I will get later. And Sybil has also a Mage, which is a tier 2 unit. Oh yeah, archers can bypass the first range and can the first row and can attack the second or third row. But if you have defenders with the shields in the first row, then they cannot attack the second row. They can only attack the first or the third. So that's another good reason to have defenders. We're done. I do not want Zelos to play, so let's go for that. Now the enemy should try to attack Sybil. Or not. They apparently didn't notice. If we can take that river fortress, the path to the main enemy base will be clear. Forts give defense bonuses and allows archers to shoot farther. And that goes for both sides, so we can't underestimate those defenders. Yes, you can see this defender has a range of 3, and they take less damage from being there. You think I have an extra unit? What are you talking about? There's no extra unit. I only have 3. I have me, I have Sybil, and I have Jules. No one else. If it's because you missed the explanation, I can repeat. If it's just a joke, though, That's the kind of joke I like. Alright, me, my morale is excellent. Because I keep winning. So you see, I could not attack the spear guy because there was an enemy in the front row with the defense thing, I believe. Otherwise, I would probably have attacked the spear guy as well. Jules. Attack this guy. They have a medic. Sybil. Attack. I should not have any soldiers dying or any units dying in this level, this mission. I think it's designed not to be possible, but we could be surprised. Oh yeah, medics cannot attack, so whenever they are the only units left in the enemy squad, they will surrender, and the squad is considered defeated. Unfortunately, I don't think it gives us the benefits from the surrender until we actually learn that it does something, which is sad. Okay, they are attacking Jules. They're doing a lot of damage to Jules. Dragon Scale Armor. Sometimes you will get items from defeating enemies. See that town? To win wars, we must secure objectives. Objectives can be towns, mines, stables, or military bases. Towns like this, or gold mines, provide gold. Any of our squads can capture objectives. There, that's East Wall Fortress, home base of the enemy. That's a heavily fortified castle like most home bases. It provides defensive bonus to soldiers stationed there. Do not underestimate any base defender, even these clowns. There will be times when we are operating out of a home base. When that happens, you must defend it at all cost. If it gets seized, you lose, basically. If an enemy reaches our own bases, it will force us into defeat. Nice, thank you. And you can see, so you see, Edenies, or Edens, will give us 421 gold and 4 faction experience. There's a mine here that will give us 3 irons, which is resources used to upgrade soldiers. And there's another town here that will give us gold and faction experience. There's 3 of them. I have 3 units, so I'm gonna try to seize one of them per unit. Probably because we already got a town with Pickles, so Pickles is probably gonna go get the iron mine. Now, I'm gonna take it relatively slowish. Jules, do your thing. Okay. Should be fine. Sybil, you'll finish this unit. At the beginning, the game is going to give us... at the beginning, the game is going to give us a few powerful units. And I made the mistake of not using them in my previous playthrough. And what that does is... So Sybil, for example, is a tier 2 unit that has a higher level. But her... Well, actually, all of that unit is tier 2. But another example that I have later... like, the units are low level. The leader is high level, but all of the other units are low level. And by not using that unit, because I thought they were all of the same level as the leader, it made it so that unit actually, or that squad actually sucked later, and they were all dying because they did not level up. So I'm going to use them. Well met. You're with the Imperial Army? Name Sybil, Battle Maiden of Viridia. Jules and I were sent up the river to try and outflank the rebels. That's an impressive title, but you wear the garb of a temple priestess. Yeah, so what? Healing's just as important as hurting, isn't it? Of course. We're fortunate to have a priestess among us. And I'm going to heal myself, because this guy here took damage. And that's it for the turn. Now I'm gonna do a thing, which is, I'm gonna bring Jules here, just to have this conversation, and then I'm going to cancel his movement, because you can do that. We just can't help crossing paths, Jules. Looks like we're in this together, huh? Pickles! He seems so happy because of the 2 exclamation points. Pickles! What an honor to fight by your side in our first mission, but Central Command didn't say you'd be here. Was there some sort of mistake? We decided to improvise. Anyway, glad to have your rangers here among us. With clever planning, your troops can pick off enemies without fear of a counterattack, unless they have their own archers, of course. So, you're leading this mission? Wow, I always knew you'd do great things, Pickles. Oh, come on, Jules. You'd say that no matter what I end up doing. Cancel. I want you to go this way. Or, actually... I want you to go this way. Wait. Sybil, go here and heal Jules' unit.
I must stay strong.
And you seize this. You think they're gay? No. There is another unit or another leader that we'll get later. I have to make sure that I have 3,000, by the way, by mission number like 5 or 6 or something like that. But there is a unit that I need to buy for 3,000 gold that is literally a furry. I want that guy to be gay with the main character. We've secured an iron mine. With the 3 iron you just gained, we can upgrade our troops to more advanced classes when between chapters. The resources are not consumed, just allocated, meaning we can change classes without any risk at all. Feel free to experiment. This is what I missed, so you get the thing back when you downgrade the classes. Okay. Furry army? Yes, please. There's only one furry character, the rest of his squad is not furry. But yes, there is one furry main character, or like important character in the game that you have to buy. Because he's actually, how do you say that? A mercenary. Kinda. Okay, so Sybil, you go here, because I don't want you to get shot. Jules, you're still in a not so good of a shape. I'm gonna use my second eel. And you're gonna start attacking... So I said I would abuse the quick saves. That's one of them. You will start attacking here, Jules. Ideally I want main character to finish them. But I also I want to survive, that's the thing. So the quick save is to make sure that if they kill Jules, I can go back. Like I said, the game should not be that mean. Oh wow, they're almost dead. The game should not be that mean at first, but you know, just in case. Sybil, I want you to go that way. Main character, I want you to come here and to attack. Thank you. Thank you. Jules, go here. There's also a target number of turns to finish a mission to have extra stuff at the end. I am not gonna make it for this one and for the first few ones because I'm not using Zelos, and the game is the game kind of wants you to use Zelos. But the fact is that by not using Zelos, I'm actually making sure that my squads get a little bit stronger and that they won't die later. So I'll take the penalty for not doing it in the number of turns that the game is wanting me to. We've really got them on the run now. The river fortress is ours. Time to take down the local rebel commander at Eastwall. Yeah, sure. Damned Imperial dogs, they are really this ruthless? The rest of you, get out there and stop them. Our cause will not be snuffed out here. Oh, hello, units. Looks like we've got another fight on our hands. Pickles, we're counting on you as the army leader to destroy the enemy. Hopefully, their leaders will get the message and lay down their weapons. You think so? Sybil sees me that. So, here, mission info. I'm supposed to get all the things. I'm supposed to attack from a hill using jewels, which I did. Seize all map objectives. I'm only missing one. Target turn 11. I'm already at 8, and it's gonna be more than 3 turns before I finish. Target objectives captured 5. So it's the 4 map objectives plus the main objective, which is the big town. And target squads neutralized. There are some squads that you can avoid neutralizing, and there are some important squads that the game wants you to neutralize to have a better rank. And the only one left is that one here. For now, I'm gonna look at the enemy move. Yes, they all reach there. So for now, what I'm going to do is I want to shuffle like this, and I want him to heal. Don't really have a choice. I don't want Jules to die if they decide to attack Jules because they have some archers. If I'm lucky, they will attack Pickles instead. Okay, they will attack Pickles. Oh, they did a strong shot. Oh yeah, sometimes you will have some free actions and you'll be able to attack again even if your 2 counters are done. And sometimes the enemies I don't think can have those free actions. Sybil? Start getting back because I want you to heal. You don't have any heal left. Oh no, it's because you're full. But I want you to heal Jules. Jules, you'll be my ranged support. And you will attack and defeat this squad. Once again, I hope that they don't go for Jules. Oh, you know what? I could have just brought Zelos for healing, because I think Zelos also has a priest. Yeah. One of the units is dead. I'll have to buy a new one. But I'm not going to restart. It was me that had to. Do you actually have? No, Zelos doesn't have a healing unit anyway.
I'm just getting started.
Sybil, heal Jules. Or not Jules, but the other archer in Jules' unit. Jules attack. They will retaliate, but we should survive. Barely, but we do. That's the only thing that matters. Now, though, you have to kill them so that they can't attack Jules again. Oh no, they're not dead. Oh, free action. Great. Only one archer left. The archer should not be able to kill Jules. They like stressing me out. And this one doesn't have ranged units, so I'm fine. They're just going to suffer and most likely die. No, because they have a priest. They will die on next turn. Oh, class mastery up. So our medic can already get to a higher class, but I don't have the required materials for it, so it won't happen. You heal again. That's the other thing. I will want to have one healer per squad, as well as defenders. But having a healer in every squad is going to be primordial, because you have a range of 2, and I'm not done doing my stuff, so you wait here. I want Jules to go and seize the other town.
Stay strong, everyone.
And then Sybil is probably the one that will take out this commander.
Time to end this.
Alright, Jules, seize. No. System, quick save.
I'm just getting started.
And you attack. Okay. Sybil got a... Sybil got 2 free actions. Wow. That is nice. And that's gonna be it, actually. I want the main character to seize the stronghold, but I want Sybil to kill them to have the experience. Maybe I'll have Jules fire some arrows if I can. No, I won't. Game decided I won't.
I must stay strong.
And we're done with this mission with only 1 unit lost, and it's not an important unit, so it pains a little bit, but we should be fine. Oh, we do get the surrender bonuses, so you can see when an enemy team surrenders, depending on the units or the squads, I'm not sure, we get a certain amount of gold as well as faction points, which is very important. We want more faction points. I did take too many turns, 14 on 11. That's how much turns I took in my personal playthrough as well. But we got all the rest, so we have an A rank, 30 faction point. We would have more faction point if I finished in 11 turns or less. But, like I said, I don't want Zelos to take experience right now. Inner Keep, Eastwall Fortress. The Imperial Army has certainly wasted no time. We've got to escape to Centurion's Rest. And you think I will just willingly go with you? You will. We both know that the snakes in the capital cannot be trusted. You're much safer here, away from their schemes. Antares, You are going to get yourself killed. You don't deserve this. I have already given my life, but so too will my men if we do not escape immediately. Please, we must go to Centurion's Rest. Do you want to save the game? Yes, I do. Which one is my personal playthrough? Chapter 18, Chapter 21, so Chapter 21 is the farthest one. I'm gonna get on save 2. With Eastwall Fortress secured by Pickles' army, General Antares retreats deeper within the forest to his stronghold at Centurion's Rest. As Pickles' first mission ends in victory, the Empire recognizes his promise as a commander and entrusts him to invade Centurion's Rest and destroy any rebel forces in the area. Despite Zelos' enthusiasm for Victorian battle, the meaning of this rebellion begins to weigh on Pickles' mind. These are not an invading force, they are common people, fellow Viridian. Perhaps, if Antares is brought to heel, there can be a quick end to the violence. You wish. The village of Eastwall, the people seem relieved to see us. The fighting has left their doorstep. Things can go back to normal. We have some time before our next mission. Eastwall will be our own base for now. We can trade with the locals, maybe recruit some of them into our force. I'll be at the blacksmith, giving my gear a touch-up. Catch you later. Hey, Pickles, let me show you around. No need to rush. We can relax a bit now. We can talk and get caught up with each other. And as Zelos said, this is a chance for us to make improvements to our squads and troops by trading with the locals. On the top is the resource bar. This shows how much gold resources and tech points we have. Gold, resources, and tech points. Right. On the top right, we can see our faction rank and progress towards the next rank. On the left are all things we can do at our own base. If you need me to walk you through these, click on the info icon, and I'm happy to help. And or check out the tutorials option. Don't be afraid to check this anytime for helpful guides. When you're all finished up with the home base, just deploy to move on to the next chapter. Alright. We have support conversations. I just want to check one thing quickly in the tutorial. First, I want to get rid of all of these. Classes. So, what I want to see is crossbowmen. Crossbowmen can become warbows. And I don't care about the rest. Okay. So, I guess the first episode is going to be a little bit longer, but I'm going to go to the tech tree, and we have 2 tech points. I want to start by getting this merchant envoys, expands the mercenary and item trader pools, giving us more opportunities to hire experienced warriors and purchase exotic artifacts. You saw a dragon? You saw a dragon. Of course you did. Unlock this tech. It costs 1 tech point. Yes. And I want this. All new conscripts start at +1 level and with half class mastery for their starting class, which is super good. And I will be working mostly on this tree at first because I want to get this as fast as possible. Professionalism, which is gonna be great. And then I'll be working on the Academy of War to get the Dragon Bond, which is also great. And there's a lot of crafts and technology stuff that I kind of that I did pick and kind of got disappointed in. Or like crossbow. Yay, crossbows can pierce heavy armor. Yes, you know what else does? Magic. So useless, basically. Marketplace. I always want to go see the trader because they have horses. They have, sorry, they have resources. So the horse, you can see I now have one horse on top, so I can have a unit become a mounted unit if I want. And they have artifacts, which is going to be super useful. So Guerrilla Bow gives 1 strength and plus on critical hit rate. So these are randomized. They're not the same I had on my first playthrough. Max HP armor and magic, also good. Sayonari Warpike, max HP and strength and damage to cavalry. Okay, these all fit with my teams right now. What I also want to see, organized army. I cannot form a new squad, so I have the maximum amount of squads that I can get. Okay, but some of them can have more units added to them. I can change class. This unit could... so this unit has mastered their class and they could improve, but you see I need resources and some stat points. So to become an acolyte, they would need more brawn. To become an hospitalier, I need a gem. And to become a priestess, I need a gem. A siren, I need a gem. So I cannot do anything with this unit yet. But you see, I have 38 and 53 capacity, so I could add some units if I wanted. And I will most likely, but I want to remove your units. Get rid of these archers. I don't want them. Oh, and Jules did not get his archer back. So yeah, it is lost. I will add one of Zelos' archers with him. And what I will want to do... Actually, do I want to do that? Maybe not, I'll see. And Sybil? Sybil, you cannot have anything else, but you're fine as is. Although, I think I'm going to remove this unit. Okay. So I will come to Marketplace. That thing about mercenaries. Mercenaries are here. They all have the mercenary trait. What the mercenary trait is that if I buy this unit and add it in a squad, but that it's not the leader, it will cost 2 more leadership points to have them in the squad. If they are leader, they will not cost extra points though. They usually are better units. Like, oh, this one does not have mercenary and it has lucky. Some people are just lucky. So this one is a unit I am interested in. I'm gonna grab her because I want an healer for Jules unit. But what I want also for Jules' unit is a defensive unit, for which I will need soldiers. 2 of them. I don't like what they become, so I'm not gonna bother with it right now. I also want another soldier for Sybil, I think. Yeah. And I'll go with that for now. I don't want to just overdo it. Jules, can I give you my 2 soldiers that I just bought? Yes. So these soldiers have, you see, the Guardian trait. The Guardian trait, so concentration, unit can no longer critical hit but deals more damage. And Guardian, unit takes 25% damage while on, minus 25% damage while on defense. So that is good. They take less damage when they defend, basically. Jules, you cannot have anything more, so I cannot give you the medic if I keep it like that. But as your leadership increases, I will be able to, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Like this. You... I will move the units like this and like this. Also like this and like this. And I will give you the mage. And Sybil, I will give you this unit. Like this. I cannot form a new squad, but I do have... Oh, I can. I just needed to have... Okay. So what I will do then, Marketplace, I want to recruit. I want one of these two. Probably this one. Because this one can be a leader. I'll form a squad with this one that only has 37 leadership, so I won't be able to give her much, but... You know what? She'll need defenders. But I could have it as a healing unit. Or I could just have it be another archer unit. Archer units are useful, so I think I'm gonna do this. So this archer, I'm gonna remove it. Jules, I'm gonna move you down here. And I'm going to add the medic. And I'm at 48 on 48, so I cannot do anything else. 40 on 42. 10 on 37. Actually, more like this. 30 on 37, so cannot have more. But I can give artifacts. So artifacts, I can only have one per squad. And yeah, they are these things. They give additional effects. So I can give armor and strength, but less HP. And less damage taken from dragon, which is not that useful currently. I'm gonna give the Acolyte's Mace because it gives armor, magic, and HP to this squad. And you see I'm at 49 on 53 capacity. Zelos, I don't care. Jules, I cannot give anything because I'm at 48 on 48 already. Sybil, I want you to have the Sayonari Warpike to be more effective against horses. And Yasmin, then I guess I'm gonna give you the Guerrilla Bow. Before I finish, I'm just gonna look at the support conversations. This is gonna be a slightly longer episode, but after that I'll be done. So there's conversation between Pickles and Jules. Hey there, Jules. Oh, hi, Pickles. Great to see you. I'm pretty relieved that you and I ended up on the same team. Not sure if I would have made it through the academy without you. Yeah, I'm glad we got assigned to the same campaign too. Lucky break, huh? So, what it's been like for you growing up in Viridia as a Sayonari? Well, I feel very fortunate. My adoptive parents made sure I didn't grow up without knowing about my Sayonari heritage. It sounds like such a wondrous place. Yeah, shame. Outsiders can't show their face here anymore without being turned away. They lost so much during the Succession War, and for basically nothing. They are overprotective of their way of life, so say my parents. So yeah, Jules has been adopted, and he's Sayonari, originally. Maybe Viridia's leader could learn a thing or two from that. I can't imagine what good is to come from the attacks on the Donari temples. Donar is the god, and so the Donari cult, or not cult, but doctrine is basically their religion. So Donari temples are the temples of Donar. Most Viridians are devotees of Donar. It's as if they're trying to provoke people. Huh. I know you don't like this sort of thing. It's okay. You usually go over my head with this stuff, but I like listening to it anyway. You're a great company, Pickles. Sometimes I don't understand your optimism, but I sure appreciate it. Reward 5 faction points, and Pickles and Jules have become friends. Jules and Sybil. Good thing we showed up, huh, Jules? Can't let the others take all the glory. Ah, come on. Glory's not all that important. Says you. You're sweet and all, but you were adopted by rich nobles. The rest of us have to scratch and claw for everything we get. What do you want so bad anyway? You're doing great. Jules, have I ever told you that I tried to become a paladin? Not yet, but that seems right up your alley. Exactly what I keep saying. But the temple leadership said I was too hot-headed and ambitious. Ugh. So here I am, just a plain old army priestess. I'm sorry, Sybil. This seems very important to you. Have you ever seen the girls in the Sisterhood of Justice? They're so amazing and loved by everyone. I have to become a paladin somehow. I just have to. Sorry, I'm being so selfish. What do you want for your future, Jules? Well, I can't say I've thought about it too much. And just take things day by day. Yeah, that's probably easier than always changing the future. 5 faction points, and they were already friends, so they cannot become friends. Alright, I'm gonna save. Here on Save 2. And this will be the end of this episode, so thank you YouTube for watching. I'm sorry that it is a bit longer. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit shorter. I was expecting the first mission to be not that long, but if things keep going like this, I'm guessing that around 1 hour, maybe a bit more per episode is more realistic than 40 minutes. But yes, I hope that you enjoyed. I wish you a good day, a good evening, or a good night, depending on when you're watching this, and I'll see you soon for another episode of Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. Alright, bye guys.